As a clinic manager or a corporate employee, you may have to make corrections or correct missed punches for an employee's time card. For this, we will use the time clock. If you have administrative privileges, it's going to show here that you have admin. If someone comes to you and says that they've made a mistake on their time clock, they forgot to clock in, what you will do first is you'll log in and you'll find who that employee is. There are a couple of ways to search for an employee. One is to enter a specific name and hit search, and that person will come up right here. If you want to see everybody and you have several changes to make, you can just leave it to all and hit search, and you will have everyone's name, and there are 3 different tabs of names. So we're going to make changes to this new hire's time clock. Apparently, she's worked on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday, but she came to work on Tuesday and completely forgot to clock in or out. Right now she's got 32 hours. She's just come to you and say she completely forgot about time clock for the whole day. The way to correct this is to add a work shift, clock in, it was at 9 a.m., missed punch in. The next action, of course, is going to be to start lunch. She tells you that was 1 p.m. and apply that. Here's half of the day telling you that she arrived at 9, she clocked out for lunch at 1, began lunch at 1. To add the rest of her day, you add work shift, you end the lunch at 2 p.m. and then you clock out for the day at 6 p.m. So as you can see now, you have filled in a full day, and she has 8 hours. She has exactly 40 hours for the week. One way to check and make sure, which we should all be checking to make sure that nobody has overtime, and also advising the staff of what the overtime guidelines are and overtime prevention guidelines. You can run several reports here at Generated Reports to find out who may be approaching weekly overtime. I'm going to delete these first so that they do not get in the way. And we're going to go to the Run Reports page. Here's a list of the reports. Here's the one for approaching weekly overtime. Our work week actually starts on Wednesday and goes to Tuesday. And we want to display employees at this point of the day that I'm doing this video. We want to see who is within 2 hours of approaching overtime. Because this is a Tuesday, it's almost the end of the day. We're going to do it for everyone as soon as possible. If you want to schedule a regular report, you have all of these options: daily, weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly. You have all of these options. You can also have the report emailed to you or emailed to your supervisor. We're going to generate this report. And this is how we look at it with the spyglass. Run this time. And this shows us which employees are getting very close to having overtime. So you would want to speak to these employees and find out why they are and if there could have been adjustments made. Of course, if it's another clinic manager, they usually do have approved overtime, and we might tell them how many hours they have, but we would not change anything. This employee right here, we might look at and see how close is she to coming to overtime. We would go back to home, find this employee, right now she has 77.28 hours for the week. She's got 2 hours. If she gets off at 6 o'clock, she'll have 79. She will come right under 80 hours. Her clinic manager might want to know and look at her time clock, and if any of this needs to be adjusted or cleaned up, they can do that, although she may have taken a break here just to avoid the overtime. So there are ways to monitor overtime, and there are also guidelines to prevent overtime. If you have any questions about this video, you can email me at hr@americanlaser-medspa.com. Thank you.